got what it takes. Don't compromise, just rest those eyes and dream of a life.
Hello and welcome back to Gold Squadron Podcast. My name is William Hegwood, and today I am joined by Johnny
Randazzo. Good to be here. Good
yes.
to be here. It's exciting to be back. I think I just feel the electricity in this room. We're here at Adepticon, of course, getting some live X-Wing action. And we have a great matchup here, and we're trying to just jump right into the action. So we already have first round of movement going ahead and taking place here.
Yep, so I'm going to be starting the Choose Your Champion right now. If you've never seen this before, all you have to do is go exclamation point bet 1 all or bet 2 all. You could choose a number, but we recommend going all in. And that way you can choose who you think is going to win. If you're watching later in the YouTubes, leave a comment down below about what you think these players will need to do to pull off the victory. So while you guys are betting, Johnny, can you break down our scenario for this round?
Definitely I can. So we have a randomly selected scramble the transmissions. This is the one where you need to move up to the objective markers within range 1 and perform the scramble action. When you take that scramble action, you then gain possession or gain control of that objective. Then, of course, at the end of the round, we tally up how many objectives you control, and that goes towards your scenario points.
Yep, so, the main thing is that scramble action. Now, it can fail to claim it if someone else already has it claimed. You'll actually have to roll a dice then, and on a blank, you'll only remove their control.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of randomness in there. Of course, you want to move up to that objective and claim it for yourself, but if your opponent already controls it, there's a chance that it just drops and nobody gains control on that action. So we'll see those roll-offs, hopefully, as they're taking place. We already see the standard kind of initial moves where each player is trying to get their ships close to the objectives on their side of the board to get those early scenario points.
Yep, and you can see here Obsidian Nubis is utilizing the, let's go yellow actually for for just clarity here. We see that the control markers are currently then 2 for Obsidian Anubis, and then Paul here only has gotten 1. He must have not been in range for the center to hit it with CAD. I believe it was a boost action he did, so could not perform the scramble action. So, Johnny, let's talk about victory conditions in this scenario.
Yeah, sure thing. So, of course, in this world of X-Wing, we're calling it X-Wing 2.5, you're going for those scenario points. And so this is the one scenario that I find can snowball really fast. If you control the majority of those satellites, you end up ahead on the board, and it's very easy to kind of maintain that control as long as you're keeping control of those objectives. So we see here the points are already kind of accumulating, and we'll see if the lead stays where it is or if it ends up changing as the game progresses. The other side of it is, of course, you can kill your opponent's ships.
Of course. Yep.
So that is something I think, just reading this, I want to say Paul's list hits harder and has a little bit more durable ships. So if we're going to see someone focus on eliminating their opponent's ships, we might see that prioritized more Paul trying to take out Obsidian's ships. But we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, probably not going to have time to do full rundowns just yet for the lists. But as a general consensus here. A lot of what the Grand Republic has brought is passive modifications. Between Hawk here having that fire convergence, allowing offensive rerolls to ships, in addition to the reroll from Wolf. Wolf also can get a reroll out that front arc as long as this charges up. In addition to abilities such as Tucker, who recently got a second missile, so he can take Barrage, but he gets a free focus action. So really leaning towards kind of this extra action economy, if you will.
That is so important here in Scramble the Transmissions, because you do need to spend your action in order to claim that objective. It's one of our 2 scenarios that does have an action tied to the scenario points, and so getting the passive modification without relying on actions is so important, especially in this scenario.
Yeah, I mean, and on Paul's side, we see very similar things here where ships like Cad Solus, because he's a Fang, he can get that Concordia face-off that's basically a free evade when he's taking the objectives. And not turning in towards the center. I was really worried about it, to be honest with you. I was like, maybe he could have passed a token with the Manaru to do a little bit of support, but that's another way where you can get free modifications. And then, of course, Boba.
The big guy.
Boba Fett here, which we're going to be talking a lot in depth here. He's got so many cards, I had to move my overlay a little bit. Well, it's cut off anyways. Never mind. But Boba, if you're not familiar with, also gets free rerolls. Very effective when you are forced to use your action for the scenario.
And so what we see right now is Obsidian kind of controlling what we have here as the top half of the board, Paul controlling a little bit more of the bottom half of the board, and kind of his opposite end of the board shown here on the screen to the right. And so I really want to see where all these ships end up landing this turn and which objectives each side ends up controlling.
Mm-hmm. So great question in our chat here about this, how the scenarios are decided. There is a full breakdown if you want to follow the Adepticon link to the event document. But basically everybody's going to be playing the same scenario, which is determined randomly.
Yeah, that's right. Essentially, Dion is the keeper of information as the main event organizer. He randomly selects the scenarios, and only he knows what it is until he announces it to everybody.
Right. If you saw at the beginning of the round, we started at 72 minutes, which once that time expires, what did you call it in soccer?
Stoppage time.
Stoppage time. So we'll be going to that extra stoppage time. Once it hits 0, and then we'll be waiting for Dion's announcement. Unlike our online events, as long as you've completed the end phase and have begun planning, you can proceed to the following round, which is different than the online events we've ran in the past, where you had to be in system phase at time to complete. And it looks like we are already getting some shots here. Cad did not link into a focus there, and Manaru also did not pass the focus token over to him. So this is, I didn't color these guys.
Let's get that going. We have hit crit on the board. Here's the defensive roll, 1 evade.
So crit coming down into Cad.
And already early damage here.
I'll double check. I believe that is consoled fire, if you want to put that into there.
Is it?
It's an action, and it's 2 words at the top. I'll double check.
Blinded pilot?
No, because he would have a... I'll double check on it. Probably could be wounded.
Wounded pilot.
So there's a couple
there
options. I'll double check on it as we go into the planning phase here then. If you want to update the points.
I will do.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just head it over to the table. We're
It's red.
what is it?
Tucker is red.
Tucker is red. Got it.
Yep. And then Axe would be blue. Axe is actually a ship we haven't seen in a while, so let's take a look at him. Axe has the ability to pass off his green token to a friendly ship after he attacks. So if it didn't need that focus for a barrage rocket or did an evade action, he could pass that over to somebody else. Another action efficiency piece, as we've been discussing, very important in these scenarios.
What is the current point, actually?
So it should be 4, and I don't think that he successfully claimed
that one's not claimed. Okay, Paul's down to 2 then.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, he should, I believe, only be at 2. I'll take a look at their scoreboard to make sure that that should be correct, but it looks right.
And what was the crit?
Wounded.
Wounded pilot. Perfect.
WF. Or WP, yep. WF, clearly not wounded pilot. So yes, we'll be moving on then to, this will be the start of round 3 then.
Yeah, they're actually playing at a pretty good clip here.
I love to see it here. This is why we started with an experienced player like Paul, who basically doesn't have stream nerves. You know, he's been under the lights multiple times, and Obsidian Anubis was also gracious to come on as well, just under the request that we promote his, I believe he said YouTube channel, but that's his online pseudonym, Obsidian Anubis, which happy to accommodate. There's been more than once that people don't want to play on stream, which is understandable, right?
It is. Everyone wants a piece of viewing X-Wing, but it is a big deal to be on stream, especially first round. That's a big ask. I didn't want to choose somebody random, at least somebody who could inspire confidence, and plus the chance to take down 3-time world champion Paul on stream. Hey,
you know what I mean? Like you're risking a lot, but are you risking a lot though? If Obsidian Anubis is like, well, I lost, but it was to a 3-time world champion, so you know what I mean? It's basically a win-win.
All right.
What I want to point out here is this: overtuned modulators on Manaru. That's the 3 calculates we see at the start of, or that was in the system phase. Ooh, so it looks like we had a claim and then another claim there.
That's right. Tucker came in to claim that middle objective at initiative 2. Manaru then came in at initiative 3 and snatched it away.
Yeah, this is the... Wolf lost 2 shields, thank you. I must have been distracted by the crits. That was from Ahav. Beautiful little flanker out there, especially against these medium bases where it's getting 3 attack and 4 defense against him, which is great strategy. If you could pull, so Ahav's were 2. If you could pull Wolf away from the initial engagement, that's a win. Right?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Wolf being kind of a key centerpiece here in this list, and Ahav maybe running a little interference.
Yeah, and we saw it worked. Wolf took the bait, pulled away from the initial joust onto Manaru, and they should have the sneaky. I like this here because now he can just loop around to that asteroid and reclaim that objective.
Yeah, so the thing that has not changed in X-Wing is it's always important to think one turn ahead. Not only where are you headed this turn, but where are you going to be next turn. And I think Paul is playing that really smartly right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's I think the job of a 2-point ship is to go out and find objectives. We don't expect you to kill things, right? We don't. You don't even need to live that long. Just go out and get 3 points worth of objectives,
That's right?
Trade yourself for more mission points.
And so looks like we are at the engagement phase. Almost.
We're grabbing
a lock.
Action. Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep, and because Paul's first player here at Contrail, one of the highest initiative 2-pointers, I think the highest initiative 2-point ship, but only gets 1 upgrade though.
Sure.
And does have the option though. One of the few, I think the only 2-point ship to have an option in loadout. This one has chosen Besh over Esk. Besh, you can spend your lock to basically change a die instead of re-rolling it. And with that boost linked lock, you're locking more than anything else with that ship. So good pair there. Boba's going to start us off. Just slam down that Maul force. Maul on Boba's back. He's going to use Greedo Gunner.
All right, we got crit hit up on the board. Coming down 2 evades, spends for 3.
Ooh, so what he utilized there was a new card, which is not on our overlay. That's
It's so new.
It's so new. Let's take a look at that. So that is Obi-Wan Kuru, which has a very similar ability to his pilot. Oh, because I'm in the wrong one.
Oh, you're in the old one.
I'm in the old one. That's why I was like, I would like some upgrades. Okay, so let's reread this. Oh my gosh, I'll find it. Don't worry. We're gonna be checking Wolf shots here soon anyways. Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, that is the force point on Hawk. And as I said, it has a very similar ability to his Aether Sprite, which is after a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 spends a focus or evade token. You can spend Obi-Wan's force charge. If you do, that ship gains 1 focus token. So almost a Palpatine-like effect where you can use your force to modify other people's dice. But because it replaces your focus token, oh no, it started, hasn't it? Oh no! I say no, but I am so excited. Isophane coming in. Let's see those ISOs in the chat. Starting us off here, a huge drop of 97 subscriptions. Absolutely amazing. Isophane, thank you so much. That's going to get us to some giveaways. We are going... I'm stunned. I'm speechless, Johnny.
We will be seeing these subscription notifications popping up for the rest of the round.
Yeah, that's what I was knowing.
Get used to Mando's face on your screen.
Yeah, we will.
It's gonna be there for a while.
Yes. Oh, thank you everybody who has subbed. Isophane coming in hot with those subscriptions. So if you did get one of those gifted subs, throw an ISO in the chat to thank him for everything he does for us. So much love out there for Isophane.
ISO, I've hit 1,500 subs gifted. I wanted to make it an even number.
Sure did. So let's see. This is going to be Manaru who took they calculate actions there and used the droid reroll and took a crit on the reroll as well. That reroll droid does hurt you if you reroll into a crit.
Yeah, a little bit of a risk there.
So Manaru is down all shields from there.
Yeah, Manaru's in a tough spot. Manaru is a tough lady, but she is in a tough spot. We'll see what she ends up with at the end of this round.
And it looks like then... I didn't see the damage cards go down, but I wonder if that was into Hawk then.
Let's see, Manaru, I think there was 4 damage on the board, but only took 3.
So one more card. I'll double check that, but we see the range 1 shot there. Manaru spends the last calculate when Axe attacked, slings over the focus token as we mentioned before. All right, and we see here a Fire Convergence reroll from the Arc, and Manaru is going to blank out here and take hit, crit into a fuel leak. So has 4 damage cards. Yeah,
I mean, I was a little worried about Manaru, but she's taking a pounding right now.
I mean, when you have the triple calculates plus 9 health, you can tank a lot of shots, but the ability for these Republic, that consistency between the rerolls and the focus sharing, just made their dice so consistent that round. So we're going into the planning phase after that round of combat. Let me update the scenario points first, which is going to be 3 to Paul. 1, 2, 3. And looks like 2 to Obsidian. So let's cut over to Dion. He's going to give us a little faction update here. All right, Dion, you are live.
All right, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. I got your faction breakdown, and our top faction is actually tied. It's tied between the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Republic, both with a 27% representation with the lists in the field. That's 50 lists of both kinds out there. In third place, we got the Galactic Empire with 31 copies, 31 lists, 16.8%, followed closely by Scum and Villainy. A lot of people were thinking going into this that Scum would end up being the smallest faction. Not so true with 8.6%, actually we've got First Order above that with 9.2, sorry about that. Then we had Resistance with only 12 lists out there, that's 6.5%, and then the smallest representation, we actually usually see this, we have the Separatist Alliance with 4.9% representation. That's only 9 lists, though they usually overperform, though they are underrepresented usually. All right, thank you, Johnny, thank you, Will. I'll be back later.
Thank you, Dion, for that faction breakdown. We're going to switch over to, we're going to check out the table cam. Let you guys check out these beautiful backdrops, Johnny. Oh,
I mean, this just far exceeds expectations. Like, Dion has really stepped it up for this event.
These backdrops came out beautiful. And we've, in my head, I just always imagine like 2 admirals controlling the fleet just outside of, the ship's viewport here. We haven't named the ship yet, but it's something we're working on.
Okay, yeah. I like that a lot. And just keeping control of the battle from this vantage point. So we see both players planning for the next turn. And again, keeping in mind, you're juggling multiple things in these scenarios. It's capturing the objectives and looking out for potential kill shots against your opponent's ships.
Yeah, and we haven't seen, let's go back to the table so we can see the overlay for a second here. We haven't seen any ships destroyed. As a note, only chance engagement awards half points. So even though Manaru is limping along on 2 hull and a fuel leak, got to be careful about that one crit going through, and Manaru's off the board. So got to be careful with that. Tucker had received a hull breach as the crit. I didn't realize these things had hull upgrade. So
the bane of Gold Squadron podcast, hull upgrade.
It happens so often. It's the new regen.
It's the new regen.
Because it changes half point threshold sometimes and things for these ships. Not these ones, but it can change the threshold. We see Tucker there. Rolls the dice. It wasn't a blank, so I was able to take control of the center objective. And I think this is so interesting, Johnny, that like these scenarios are forcing you to do things we have always said you shouldn't do an X-Wing. You should never split your forces.
That's right.
You should never go into the middle early, and you should never waste your actions. And now these are all things you have to do now to win the game.
It is. It's a very new strategy, and I think everyone is still getting used to it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a new way to think about things, and really begs for a whole new strategy. So we did see Tucker move in and claim that objective. Manaru then followed along. I was really wondering what Manaru was going to do because, again, she's in a precarious spot. Manaru did the 1 turn left, which these jump masters do have, but ended up catching the corner of Tucker.
Yep, great job there. Excellent teamwork to get that railroad check successful. One of the hardest things to measure out is a large base hard one because it's so awkward to do. But as well, if you have not been, oh yes, thank you for reminding us. Kaliana coming in, challenge to Isofane, dropping 48 subs as well. Kaliana and all of our Grand Admiral patrons who have been dropping subs, Isofane. I'm sure Lambolo's going to have something to say about that at some point, but no pressure. Thank you guys so much. That's going to Caroliana, by the way, absolutely crushed then our sub goal for today. So we're going to be giving away everything we got throughout the rounds. So be tuned for that. We have painted ships, we got mystery boxes, we got dice, official dice. Don't be scared from the recent rulings on them. They are official X-Wing dice. We're giving away different sets throughout the day then. So you got to be staying tuned for that. I want to take this opportunity here to, as well, thank our sponsors for this round and every round for the tournament, which is Curlpaw Creatives. They custom designed these, not only the objective tokens, but the control markers as well. And they even were able to make us some 1.5 range rulers to make the setup of the middle objective so much easier. And we thank Curlpaw Creatives so much for just the quality work they do and their sponsorship. If you want to go ahead and check out their X-Wing products, go ahead, go to Curlpaw Creatives. I got a link in our chat I'll put. And just let them know that you came from Gold Squadron by using ACON22 for 20% off. What was the other people we would like to thank? Want to give a shout out to Atomic Mass Games for getting this event to be official with the world qualifying tickets on the line. It's very exciting. Obviously, the most exclusive prizes we're offering for the event is the top 4 invitations to to the World Championship.
Yeah, but that said, they also sent a lot of product for the prize wall. I mean, nobody is leaving this event empty-handed. But, of course, the top players are going to be going for that top prize and really try to claim the prize and the bragging rights.
Thanks for T. Castani and Obi-Wan 77 2112 PGM for their Prime subscription as well. If you want to check out how to get a free subscription through Twitch, through your Amazon Prime, follow the link I posted in our chat.
All right, we have shots coming in. It's crit, crit, hit, hit.
Oh man, that Greedo doing overtime today on Boba.
One evade showing only, so those 2 crits are going to go through.
2 crits. Yikes. And that's on to Axe there. We'll take a look at what those crits are in just a moment. Yeah, Boba making great use of that new gunner slot. I got more to say about his build, which is nasty, to say the least.
It is. I mean, you're spending a lot of points on it. You need to make sure you get those points value out of this list, and I think Paul is making a good case for that.
Yeah, 10 points for a single ship, a single attack in this one. No veteran tail gunner, no Zam, no way to do any bonus attacks, so really got to make the use out of everything Boba can do. Looks like we got a lot of warning shots here. Thanks, Man Moth, getting that 1-year badge. Congratulations. Taking advantage of those Prime subscriptions as well. Ooh, we got them flooding in now. Everybody's reminding themselves about that Prime.
All right, we got Wolf coming in. No actions because of the turnaround, and that is evaded.
5 dice because of Ahav's ability and the range there. Ahav just loves to see the medium bases out on the opposite side of the field. Yeah, 10 sketch. There is Legion, Marvel Crisis Protocol, and Armada all being streamed today. And the setups are just top-notch around here.
Another huge shot coming in. Crit, hit, hit. I think we're thinking about a modification here.
He's got the option to reroll or just spin the focus outright, and he's going to save both. Because of the fuel leak, you can't risk the pain bot.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's take a look at that specific card here. Affectionately known as the pain bot. Well, let me get it a little bit more clear.
Enhance, enhance.
Basically, you can reroll if you're attacking on your front arc, but if you reroll into a crit like he did last round, you suffer the crit, which would kill Manaru. So, not a great idea to do that at this time. Not with the fuel leak. Looks like we got just one
more going in. Oh, man.
I think it's up to Axe to take him down. Should have the fire convergence, unless that was the rerolls into blanks. Yeah, must have been.
Then we got the damage here.
That's Hawk. 2 and 1, and I will double check those crits then. If you want to update the objective points in the turn marker.
So it's 3 more for Paul. 1 more for Obsidian. Manaru surviving is big. You've got it right. I 100% expected Manaru to be off the board that turn, but Manaru lives. Manaru lives, hanging on by a thread with 1 hole left. Definitely having that big base still there on the board, able to control some area, possibly claim some objectives, will make a big difference in Paul's approach here. We've got Will diligently updating the damage at the moment. We'll get that all fully updated.
No, wounded. I can see it there. So the that would be an X. X got a console fire. So that was that extra roll we saw at the end.
Perfect.
And why we saw just a 2-dice attack from him.
What does it mean that Manaru survived that turn?
That I think it means a lot. For a road roll, Axe is also 3.
Sure.
So it might the limited maneuvering of these torrents, 3K might get over. It probably would. But any turns onto Boba might not be a great idea. I think it means a lot. Love this pace of play. These guys are.
This is fantastic. Yeah.
These guys have came in with a plan. So what was our points updates then? Paul pulled ahead 8-7.
I believe that's right because nobody has the objective that CAD's sitting by. Am I reading that right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
then I think we're good.
Yep. You should be able to sell the blue and the red pretty clearly on stream. So. Okay. So this is Tucker just disengaging here for now.
Yeah, maybe hoping to come around and scoop up that objective on the back end. And now we do see Obsidian ended up with the first player this turn. So he is moving X and does just sneak around Manaru.
Nice, yeah.
With that hard turn. Manaru reveals a 3 straight.
Yeah, let's take a look. Manaru was stressed because of the bump focus. So does have limited blues there. Well, limited. They're only straight into the left. So what you were talking about, Manaru surviving was what we were saying the whole time. Wolf could have came in and got the kill easily.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right.
2 turns he could have gotten that kill, but the distraction of Ahav really paid dividends there, letting Manaru survive for one more round. Now, probably going to get shot by Wolf this round.
But that means Obsidian's committing to that extra shot on Manaru. Manaru does use her action to re-scramble that center objective.
Flip star. There is pegging violations. We will request people put their models on. But Paul did it right. The moment he could replace his model, he did. So we appreciate him for that.
All right, Wolf coming in with lining up a kill shot on Manaru.
Almost guaranteed kill shot there.
Hawk is going to scramble on that objective, gets it.
Nice.
And so this is another role that we want to see support ships to have. Support ships, of course, adding those modifications to their friendlies, but also being able to come in and claim objectives when needed. We now have CAD coming around the corner.
Yep, it was uncontrolled.
It was uncontrolled.
But I believe he's wounded now, so we'll receive a stress. Let's get that.
Because of the action, yep, that sounds right.
Scum. Wounded pilot. On a hit or crit, gain a stress.
All right, I think we're marking Ahav so that Contrail can move in. Just moving forward. And then are we going to see a scramble? Yes. Drops it. So what do you call it? Is that a fail scramble? No, not failed, but just
you failed to claim it for yourself.
Failed to claim it.
Yeah. Yeah, you did scramble their transmissions. You just were unable to claim it. All right, so Boba here. Now, I haven't talked a lot about Boba's ridiculous amount of upgrades, but the main thing I want to focus on is actually, well, let's see, it's this combination. Slave 1, if you're behind somebody, you can change a hit to a crit. Marksman also a hit to the crit. Crits is so important because of Auto Blaster.
Yep.
You can guarantee them just taking damage between rerolls and the Force. And then Marksmanship and Greedo and Slave 1, just throwing crits out. And as long as you can get into a flanking position, their green dice can't do anything about it.
Yeah, crits are so good, I think, in the current game. They're good against, obviously, unshielded ships, such as droids, such as Fang Fighters, such as Interceptors. Yeah, exactly. But also, in the tow scenario, crits force you to drop the supply crate.
That's true.
So another unique application of crits.
So we see double crit there, and we're going to see Obi-Wan spend that Force, making good use out of that Obi-Wan crew.
Yeah, he's thankful for that. Of course, a lot of points spent on that upgrade.
11 points of Hawk's loadout.
But has saved him 2 damage already, so getting his points worth. 4 eyeballs, gonna slam that into 4 hits.
Yep.
And that's gonna be good night to Manaru. Devastating shot here. A bit of overkill, but hey, you want to guarantee you take that ship off the board, and that puts Obsidian up on points.
Yep, fully destroyed. It would get 4 points. Not as much as Boba's 10, but still. That's more than a round of objectives, right? That's kind of how I think about it.
That's a good point. Next attack here, we just have 1 crit, easily evaded.
He rolled primary as a note against those crits. You would only really see the Auto Blaster taking over the primary as if you line up the bullseye.
Yeah, that's right.
You see the console fire, do no damage there to Axe as he engages, and we're shooting at Ahav.
You know these are experienced players because they basically just wave the ruler over their ships, and they can tell if it's in arc or not.
Yeah.
Here we get hit eyeball. We see the hand out on the table, tapping the table, trying to decide. He does spend that focus token for 3 hits.
And Ahav's going to have to spend to survive here. That was a barrage rocket, so denied the range bonus. Yeah, Paul's like...
He's thinking about it, but it seems like the smart move.
I'm not sure what you could do. They are the same initiative, I guess, but... Maybe you keep your 2 points on the board.
I mean, Ahav, you think of him as like somewhat disposable, but not like...
Not that
disposable.
Right.
Here's a return shot. Just eyeballs. Doesn't have the focus token. It's relevant.
It would have helped him on offense.
It would have helped him on offense, but you never know. Is that the end of...
Yep, I believe they're counting points up right now.
Yeah, that's right, because Tucker's is pointed the wrong way. And so...
So I believe we have...
Can we pronounce Ahav correctly, please? Murdering me here.
How should we actually pronounce it?
Lizam, drop a pronunciation for us, please. It's got 2 H's. I have. Excuse me. Really?
Yeah. Ahav.
I have.
Wait, we got more shots? I thought Tucker was out.
We got more shots.
I think they forgot to shoot Hawk.
Oh, front and back?
No, just his back arc shot.
Yeah, I mean, because he has front and back.
Oh, yes. it didn't look like that did anything. So
Okay. It's it's Ihab, like Ahab, like Captain Ahab. This is Ihab.
so there's no H in the second syllable is what you're saying.
There's no H in the first syllable. It's an I have.
You know what the problem is? We're from the Midwest and we can't pronounce A's right in the first place.
I have.
Chicago.
We got I have here coming in, taking the shots.
Oh, you got to get your sausage and get that cake shake.
Oh, yeah. hit crit here. We'll see if they can cancel it with an evade.
Yeah. So it looks like just one for Obsidian Nubis, and Paul with the blue got 3 there. So almost tied up here. So a little bit of let's go to the table cam here. This is an intense round, I think. We see the thinking stance with the knuckles on the table. Classic shot here. But so a little bit of meta theory about these scenarios from what I've seen is that to reach the 20 points to win a lot of games, all you have to do then is score about 8 to 12 points of ships.
Okay.
And then 8 to 12 points of objectives.
Okay.
Right, so you got to think about half and half. It's very hard to win only on objective points, and very, very difficult to win only on ships killed points.
Yeah, you can't ignore one or the other. Mm-hmm. You always have to be aware of both, and so I think that means people have to bring lists that are capable of both. Capable of controlling area and capable of putting out damage.
Yeah, and that's how I've been. It's what's helped me prioritize, like the engagements. Like, should I just leave? Should I turn around? And it's that calculation we see according to our points here. Paul has gotten 11 scenario points.
That's right.
And Anubis has 8, right? So both of them are in that threshold to where just one or two more ships, one or two more rounds of objectives, and you can hit that 20.
I think it also influences the decision of, do you scramble or do you take a focus action for that offensive modification? Another decision, because like you said, killing a ship could be worth more points than taking an objective.
Yeah, a whole round of objectives. So yeah, that's the interesting balance I think that these scenarios have provided. Example here, Wolf could have claimed that objective.
Wolf is out for blood.
No, he's shooting. He's got his 3 dice rear arc now because he used the reroll previously.
That's right, flipping the charge. We see Cad coming in, doing a turn. Obsidian helping Paul out from that side of the board.
Ooh, so has the shot on Axe, but is probably in the rear arc of Wolf. So
very close there. Yeah, it does. It does look like Eclipse it.
Yeah, so tempting, but that barrel, the barrel would put his firing arc this way, and no shot because Contrail hasn't moved yet. So. Oh, and also the wounded.
And the wounded.
You could barrel and not get the tokens. So stays there. Still has 3 agility and a focus token, but Wolf is going to throw that 4 dice rear arc shot. We see Contrail up there doing the scramble action. Once again, 2 points. All you got to do, go claim some objectives, right?
So Tyhar's comment in the chat is killing Boba his win condition now. I guess we should try to see, is Obsidian behind? I mean, up on points at the moment, but in kind of a... some of his ships are kind of limping along right now. How do you interpret this, the state of the board right now?
I have to agree that with our chat here that Boba is going to be a trap right now. You only have one heavy hitter in position, and that's Wolf. Your barrage rockets aren't on target. Hawks are about to be leaving the fight, so not going to be able to keep shots on Boba. So I think it's a non-issue. You don't even start on Boba.
I don't think there's time to take down Boba. No, not with full health and Boba doing Boba things.
Mm-hmm. Sure, yeah. If you would have like stripped shields in the first round, then we could be talking. But
and we get another devastating shot here. We're going to get 2 crits and 2 hits. Sorry, 3 crits and 1 hit.
And Greedo.
Spending it all. We get the 1 evade, and we're going to see some critical damage coming through here.
Oh no, is that a blinded pilot?
Oh, the worst you want to see here right before an engagement. And so knocking...
Oh, good call. Wolf has the double tap, so he's going to fire first at Boba, then his rear arm
Oh,
shot.
that's right.
That's veteran turret gunner. A must on Wolf. A must, in my opinion. All right.
All right, we see a reroll coming in here. 1 damage getting through on this next attack.
That should have been Wolf into Boba. Oh, no, sorry, that was CAD. CAD range 1 is what happened.
Okay, and here we go. Crit and 3 hits. The shots are being fired here viciously.
There you go.
We spend the focus on Boba for 2 evades.
Yeah, it was not blinded. It must be something else. I'll double check on it. We did see those rerolls from Fire Convergence. So it must be wounded, yeah.
Ooh. A lot of blanks there.
This was Ahav.
Sorry?
This is Ahav's 4 agility.
It is IHOV.
IHOV. Like IHOP?
Like IHOP.
Okay.
It is like IHOP. That, now we know. Now we know how to pronounce it.
IHOV, yeah. Ooh, okay. This was catch shot. 1 more crit into Axe, and it's going to be a panicked pilot.
Okay.
International House about violence. I love it.
And another 2 damage coming in here. Does that get him? It does.
Mm-hmm. Ahav takes him out. And Ahav lives on just 1.
Oh, we're still off. It's Ahave? Oh, no. We lost it.
We need a non-Midwestern person
We
to tell us
lost
how
it.
to pronounce hard A's.
We lost it.
Nope. I E
Ahav. Yep. We're back.
Ahav. That makes more sense. Oh, thanks, Maui. Now I think we get it. We're not dumb. We just we have the inability to pronounce vowels. So let's do some mission points then.
Yeah.
I'm counting 1, 2, 3 here for Paul still. As a note, I think we gotta color these guys somehow. If that makes sense, like blue versus red. Because now that everything's shifting, right? It was
Oh,
easy in the
sure.
beginning.
When you know which side people are on.
Right. Yeah, Ahav. Oh, looks like we got there moved, but
Yeah, I did see. I forget which ship it was. Some ship was kind of sliding over that objective. They're just adjusting it back to its original position.
Oh yeah, let me just double check. the health then, I think we have everything I can visually see correct. Hawk has 1. Who's this? Wolf has 1. Axe is dead and Tucker has 2. Okay. So I just need to look at what that crit was on Wolf.
All right. Will hopping over the table. We're about 20 feet away from the stream table. We got a pretty sweet setup here. So Will is just popping over. The convention hall is hopping. We are here in Schaumburg, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, at the Schaumburg Convention Center here at Adepticon. And we have a fully packed convention center here today. Glad to see all the nerds with all their little toys, which I say only with the utmost affection, out here today playing some games.
Yeah. Oh man, the floors open up. I mean, this is Saturday, so all the major events are kicking off today, and it's so glad to see people still want to come out and play these games after such an extended period of time where we could not meet and play these tournaments and different events.
And traveling for it too.
As well, yeah.
We have, of course, a high representation of the Midwest. We've seen our Wisconsin friends, our Indiana friends, of course, our Iowa friends. But people traveling from the East Coast, West Coast, they are ready to get back into it. Hawk turning and then rotating the arc side to side.
Thank you, 8-Bit Deity. 41 months, one of our oldest subscribers, or longest subscribers.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's every time I see 8-Bit Deity and then Belinda Mood as well, I had to remember years we've been running these events ever since the Adepticon is kind of the, I wouldn't say home, but the launch point, I think, for Gold Squadron goes back to Dion running his bootleg stream off of his wireless connection on his phone.
Oh, that's right. Oh my goodness, I remember those days.
The overlay was H's and S's.
Yeah, that's right. For Hull and Shield.
That's right.
Of course.
I know, we've come a long way from the bootleg camera stream, or bootleg phone stream, to this production that we got going on now. So
does Cad have damage that he needs on him?
Hull upgrade.
But there's a hull upgrade, so we got it.
Every time.
We got it. Chat threw me off. I blame chat.
We did do a faction breakdown. Dion had covered it in between, or at the beginning of this round. There was 9 separatists. I believe he said, what, do you have other things he had mentioned off the top of your head?
Yeah, there were like 50 Rebel and 50 Republic or something.
Not surprised.
And then 30 Empire.
Ooh, okay.
Something like that.
As a note, we saw that seismic go off and hit nothing. We're going to rear arc attack here with Greedo.
Greedo doing work though.
But Wolf is going to be taking hit crit there.
Are we up to round 7 if I got that right?
Yes.
Round 7. Paul on the cusp of those required 20 points.
Oh, they're asking about Aha himself. I agree with you, chat, that could have been a situation, but at this point, we're going to just allow the players to keep playing. There's 2 of them there. They should be able to keep track of the damage totals.
All right, checking here if Tucker has Boba. It looked out to me. We're going to see if dice happen. And are they calling GG? I believe so.
Yep.
So end of the round, basically, Paul is getting 3 more points, bringing him up to 20, and that's the game. A pretty quick and efficient one there. We got up to 7 rounds, and Obsidian got out to an early lead, but Paul had a plan.
Sure did. He was able to take the victory there, 20-14 at the end of round 1 here.
Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, and Row 6, our Grand Admiral patrons, and all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members. Thank you so much for your support. Gold Squadron out.